Early in the morning of February 24th, Russia launched a large-scale invasion of Ukraine, muddling the international order which had been established since the end of the Cold War. This new world will undoubtedly have a major impact on the geopolitics of the region. So with that in mind, what will this mean for the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, which has been going on since 1988? CivilNet contributor Tigran Grigoryan's recent article on this subject breaks down what challenges this will pose for Armenia and Nagorno-Karabakh. First off, Russo-Western relations have hit an all-time low. If in the past there were issues between Russia and the West on which cooperation was possible, then after February 24th, the collective West began to pursue a policy of total isolation of Russia in all areas. The Karabakh conflict was one of the few issues on which the positions of Russia and the West were quite close. For years, the United States and France have had almost identical approaches to resolving the conflict, with Russia trying to work together to find a solution. This reality did not lose its relevance even after the end of the 2020 war. The main players in the West welcome Russia's efforts to end the war, and ahead of a meeting between Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in December 2021, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken stated that the US and Russia must work together to achieve a lasting and just end to the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Now, with this invasion, cooperation in the Karabakh context could be something of the past. Another point Tigran makes is regarding the OSCE Minsk Group, a body set up in 1992 to work towards a negotiated settlement of the Karabakh conflict. It has three permanent co-chairs: France, Russia, and the US. Sidelined, Tigran believes that now Russia will try to strengthen its monopoly on the various processes taking place in the region, especially regarding the Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict, rendering the OSCE Minsk Group irrelevant. Another issue of future concern is the Russian peacekeepers in Nagorno-Karabakh, deployed at the end of the Second Karabakh War to prevent further fighting and keep the peace. Tigran believes that the West's attitude towards these Russian peacekeeping missions in Karabakh will gradually change. Before Russia's invasion, the position of key Western actors towards the Russian peacekeepers was quite constructive. Everyone understood that they had a strong and positive role to play in maintaining relative peace in the conflict zone, as well as in protecting the Armenian population from ethnic cleansing. However, due to this new policy of isolating Russia, the attitude towards the Russian peacekeepers could shift and may correspond with a general anti-Russian policy. The war in Ukraine showed another reality that was ignored in Armenia until recently. Moscow considers the post-Soviet countries its sphere of influence and is ready to take radical steps to maintain its control over the region. That being the case, certain sectors of Armenia's ruling authorities and society, hoping to normalize relations with Turkey and make a final peace with Azerbaijan in order to move out of Russia's orbit, could be walking into an elephant trap. The main threat to Armenia's statehood may come from Moscow, not Baku or Ankara. In other words, the normalization of Armenian-Turkish relations and possible Armenian-Azerbaijani reconciliation cannot have a significant impact on the nature and essence of Russo-Armenian relations. The Russo-Ukrainian war can also accelerate Russia's integration processes in our region. Russia, isolated from the West, will try to increase its influence in the regions it still controls. This will significantly reduce Armenia's sovereignty. And finally, economic sanctions on Russia will undoubtedly affect Armenia, plus a possible military defeat or other economic hardships could cause the gradual or sudden destabilization of Russia, which could create significant dangers for Nagorno-Karabakh. Tigran concludes by writing the following: "It should be noted that the outbreak of war in Ukraine was the worst-case scenario for Armenia. It can create serious risks in our region, complicating the already difficult geopolitical situation of Armenia."